Tales of Arise is going to be the next entry in the Tales series, and they recently put out a demo that you can play on consoles, so let's go ahead and talk about what I experienced. Tales of Arise's demo allows you to play as any of the characters. They all have different arts and movesets, which I'm sure I'll probably discuss in my review of the full game once it comes out, but for now I played it twice. I played it as one of the protagonists, Alphen, who uses a flame sword, and once as Law, who fights with his fists. I personally really like controlling Law a little bit more, but that's just a matter of taste. The combat was fun. It reminded me of Tales of Grace's, where you attack with arts as opposed to them being treated as special skills. You can use a normal attack with R1, which was great when your art gauge was down, but it obviously is a weaker attack than a regular art. Like I just said, you have an art gauge, and using the arts consumes the art gauge, but after a little bit it'll start to refill over time. So, although I hate the basic attack being on the R1 button, you're not really using it often enough for it to be such a bother. The enemy will have you dodging and avoiding attacks long enough for the art gauge to replenish after a combo, so it maintains a nice balance. There are also different sets for arts depending on whether you're in the air or on the ground. I personally wasn't a huge fan of the controls because it's circle to jump, R2 to dodge, and like I said earlier, R1 to do a basic attack, but that's just my personal preference getting in the way. Love it or hate it, Tales of Arise uses a system called CP, which is basically MP or TP for the party to use healing arts, and it's shared throughout the entire party. When someone like Xion uses First Aid, it takes away from the CP gauge, and if you run out of CP, you can't use healing arts. Something regarding combat that in my eyes is probably the most important thing in this demo is the fact that the strategy system has been improved. You've always been able to customize the AI in Tales games to a small extent, but this game blows that out of the water. You get to set it like a gambit system where conditions have to be met for the AI to use arts or items. You have 4 strategy slots, and within those slots are 4 of the gambits. I wish we could use more than 4 gambits so that we can create more detailed strategies, but this is a huge improvement from past games. The other issue is that without this system, without the strategy system, if you don't really customize anything, the AI is kinda dumb, so you basically have to use it. Of course, multiple Tales elements are here as well, such as skits. They changed the way that skits are done though. They're way more cinematic and I'm all for it. Makes me think of how much skits have really grown since the days of Symphonia, where there wasn't any voice acting and it was just pictures of characters moving their mouths. The game looks really nice even on my launch PS4. I've always enjoyed the art style of Tales games and I think it's pretty unique, and I'm always excited to see what the teams create. It's always some really interesting fantasy environments and nice looking characters. Looks like we got a few different enemies as well. Hopefully the variety keeps up in the main game. That's all I have to say about the Tales of Arise demo. I'm afraid I can't really go in depth because the demo wasn't very long. I couldn't glean much about the story or much else. The main thing I wanted to discuss was the combat and strategy system. That was the major highlight for me. If you guys enjoyed the video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see some more content here in the future. And with that, everybody have a wonderful day, evening, night, wherever and whenever you are, and as always, stay crazy.